is, close quarter king in that aspect. Yeah, you look at the Twitch and the Goyo, a little bit weird because it's almost... Remember back in the day whenever teams would ban Thatcher and then ban Cade? They would ban, like, the two operators that would kind of counter out each other. Very similar to what we had with Twitch and Goyo. They ban Twitch and then ban Goyo. Whereas surely if Twitch is off the board, Goyo just becomes infinitely stronger, but then Goyo's off the board anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to make sense, but I always like to look at the bans and think, have I ever seen that combination of bans before in all the games I've ever watched? And I don't think I have. Let's see how it affects this Consulate. Something we didn't see on Bank, and I thought about it earlier as soon as we saw Consulate was the map, is we didn't see any Grim play. Now, Grim's been 6 picked off here. Maya has chosen to go for the Ram instead, and it makes sense. We're attacking downstairs, so the Grim isn't going to be as valuable as a Ram to rip open that floor, but it is something that you will likely see on Consulate at some point. Defending downstairs then, inside of the garage. Got a little bit of bandit action going on here. Nice little mini game to try and navigate there for Team Liquid, and Lagonis, recognizing that, is going to go, well, it's a top floor take. We need to take control. We need to rip that floor open. We need to remove Bandit from being able to sit there.
Moment for Liquid and really how they've wanted to go about their attacking setup. They've got a bit of everything. A good mix. Obviously, the idea is to get in and open up that flooring. There's an opening pick. Follow on the Dokkaebi. I was going to mention about how strong Dokkaebi can be in a map like Consulate. Where if there's so many corridors all in, little hiding positions that it can be very difficult to drone this map, I feel, sometimes. Because it's almost like a Hall of Mirrors, where you go one way and the other guy appears around the backside of you. It's very difficult. And having the Dokkaebi is just going to be there to control that and give you a lot of information. But Liquid have obviously started off well with a really good start. 2 opening picks. And there's the Dokkaebi call. So anyone's near Ryder though, so he's fine where he is. A little hole in towards Ellers, of course. The C4, one thing that you always have to be kind of careful of course, whenever it comes to this basement, is as much as what you would like to open up the flooring, you have to be careful that somebody can maybe try and open up you from below. And here comes the engagement. Ryder up against resets. A bit of damage being done towards resets and loses out in that fight. And I like that from Ryder, immediately looking to maybe retake upstairs Ollie and just create more chaos against Liquid.
Not wasting any time there at all. Now there's Lagonis. He's going to be able to get that wall open. In and amongst that chaos. Lagonis still going to keep on going there as Nesk, he's going to pick up that final kill. Nesk getting fired up there already inside of round number 1.
Bit weird to finish off the round there. I was really expecting to see almost a double retake from Talon. You obviously had Misa, who could have came up in through Spiral supporting Ryder in that... or not Misa, sorry, I think it was Yas actually. Being able to push up in towards Spiral alongside Ryder, who was looking to take control off that mid floor. And then you almost could have retake, with the... with the verticals that could have been opened. But I think maybe they were more scared knowing that somebody was actually lurking, and it was Paulu lurking on the Dokkaebi coming in from the backstab. And that's what they tried to go for. But then Ryder just gets kind of caught out in the rotation.
Yeah, Ryder, wrong place, wrong time, really, for him there. Good pressure from Liquid. And nice to see attacks winning rounds straight off the rip. I feel like we almost fell a little bit into that. Oh, Siege is a really difficult, game to attack onto in the BDS game because of how difficult a time BDS had on it. But Liquid have come out of the gates and they've come out swinging.
Yeah, I mean, BDS just, get your stuff together, lads. Come on. Look how easy it is for Liquid. I mean, obviously, I think Dokkaebi is...
Maybe it's Liquid's year. Maybe it's Liquid's time.
Don't get into this again. Please, though. I had enough of this at Manchester. But I think Dokkaebi is an extremely strong operator. I think on a map like Consulate, where it is very close quarter combat-esque, kind of, with the quarters and the layout of the map, Dokkaebi is just queen on this. So I think you'll see a lot of Dokkaebi, probably from both sides as well. It's always an operator that I don't mind banning. I think it's a good ban to see, because it just don't know. I think having the Dokkaebi just makes attacking almost effortless. Where I suppose in Siege, Ollie, we always want to see attackers do more and you know, really work for the win, rather than just, oh yeah, we'll just send out a phone call and just walk in and kill them because we can hear them. Takes the fun out of a Mistrum, doesn't it? Takes the fun out of it.
It does. I like a bit of mystery. I like a bit of intrigue. I don't like necessarily knowing what's behind every single corner. We do have the bees being brought here in round number 2, and another operator that Liquid were very quick to adopt and are very effective with is the Deimos.
Yeah,
Deimos, of course, fantastic at searching out those roamers.
Oh, they are in.
Oh, it started already. Kills are going to start flying. Rumatic is the only player to grab one back here. C4 blown from below. Still one in the hands of Soldier, but another Dokkaebi call coming through. It is just relentless from Liquid. Not only are they quick at getting in and getting the kills, but they are using that utility and really tightening the net on Talon very early on.
It's going to be a very difficult retake, as we know. For Talon, you have a Monty you have to contend with, who hasn't actually went for the plant just yet. I think they're more worried about trying to get control of, you know, the corridors before they just try and walk in and go for the plant. And yeah, this should be quite easy for them just to get in and get that plant down. I mean, Misa, this is going to be a very easy kill for him, but almost misses the opportunity, and Net's almost had him there, but still Misa still gets the kill, but very swiftly traded off, as we see. You know, a pretty unwinnable position for Misa that time around, but a lovely bit of tempo there as well from Liquid. They hit the top floor fast, and then they just slow it down and do their second round of droning. That will then see, okay, who's in sight? Can we walk in piano? Are the flanks covered? So, yeah, great pacing from Liquid. Are playing this extremely well at the moment.
It's never just an opening pick either. It's an opening few. They're just flooding in with those kills, and it's, as you say, it's that aggressive lineup that they're bringing. They're bringing the Deimos, they're bringing the Dokkaebi, they've got the Grim. Liquid are very good in this meta at putting the defenders where they want them, finding out where they are and then manipulating them and really squeezing them. The pressure that they're applying already in these opening couple of rounds is fantastic, and Talon need to figure something out here, whether they need to play a little bit tighter, whether they need to play a little bit looser maybe. Do they need to go for a little spawn peek? Do they need to try and show a bit of aggression?
Yeah, I always feel for the top floor and mid floor sites is for the attackers, the main issue that they actually struggle with is just getting into the building. You know, obviously windows, do you want to just swing straight in through a window? That's obviously going to be risky. You know, if you actually watch a lot of the attackers, they won't actually, you know, maybe drop a skylight or jump in a window until about a minute 30, because it is very difficult to deal with. If you know, even dropping in towards yellow skylight, there could be a guy sat in connector with a shotgun. You don't want to drop into that. So there's a lot of things that I just feel the attackers burns a lot of time. But to see Liquid go at it, you know, straight away with that ferocity, use the utility dump and just get in the building, it's really paying off well for the actual late game, you know, for the late game execution.
Yeah, but that's what they need. You need to be frugal on that time in the opening part of the round to have it to spend in the later portion. And with the speed that they've been moving at, they've had that opportunity. You can see just how much Yas doesn't want to be out there on their own. One Dokkaebi call has been enough. He's picked himself a couple of drones, but he's not taking a gunfight. He's wasted about a minute, so he's not done a terrible job. But he knows that it's not just one player from Liquid that's clearing this top floor, it's multiple. There's drones going at the feet. They've got 2 players chasing those drones down. It's not a fight you want to take as a soul Jaeger.
All quiet at the moment. Liquid are just setting up, and this is what I mean. You know, it's very difficult just to really attack. I think a lot of these bomb sites where you just have to take your time and just really check every corner. Obviously, like I mentioned, that's where Dokkaebi comes in really handy. I haven't really got to mention the Deimos. Deimos and Consulate, again, great operator in terms of just, you know, finding roamers. Roamers can always be an issue. You know, I mentioned that. But even some of the power positions, you think about like Baguette, for example. Somebody there can be very difficult to deal with if you don't have nades or, you know, bringing in the Grim or a Capital. The Deimos can be really strong. You just ping them out and the guy just doesn't feel safe sitting in Baguette. You have to rotate away. That gives positions over towards Liquid, gives them more ground. So overall, I think Liquid just really understand Consulate extremely well, but I'm still waiting to see, these bag of surprises that, that Fabian was mentioning, or maybe they're keeping them for the attack, but at the moment, they are on the defense, and don't forget, Ollie, this is a defender-sided map.
Defending the split site right now is one of the more difficult sites to defend as well. A Deimos call coming through. He's going to give good information here. Will fail out though. The player just moving into the mute jammer there. A couple of kills come through. It's not going to slow resets down at all though. Palu, he adds on to the pain. Liquid, fantastic at this 3-2-1. As soon as they decide to execute, as soon as they press that go button, kills fly in their favor. Misa left in the clutches. Deathmark now activated. He knows where the Deimos is, but he's getting pinched from both sides. Nest comes in to collect. 3 masterclass rounds there from Liquid.
The beautiful game. Right before our eyes. This is Brazil. This is Brazilian Siege. This is the type of Siege that I just love watching. Brazil are obviously the kings that play in this way, where everyone's set up in a position, and it's just a 3-2-1. Everyone pushes in at the same time, and just the kills come in. And it's beautiful to watch, and Liquid are doing such a great job at the moment. Looks as though we've had the timeout. I believe that's going to be on the side of Talon. Fabian needs to get in there, but obviously it gives Hugsord a chance to get in there as well and have a chat. So it does work both ways. We know about that.
I think from Liquid side of things, it's just going to be more of the same. Keep your heads. You've had a good start. Don't get carried away. But from the Talon side of things, Fabian really needs to try and hype up these players right now. Let's see if the timeout was enough. Typically, we say a timeout's good for a round. Teams should be able to recompose and find a round after a timeout. There's some glaring problems. Obviously, the big problem at the minute is that Liquid are seemingly everywhere at once. And once they've gathered their information and they go for that execute, very often the kills are just flooding in Liquid's favor. And it's a combination of a few things. It's a combination of exceptional gun skill on the side of Liquid. And that's not to say that Talon don't have that gun skill, but also the positioning. Liquid, as I've mentioned, they do such a good job of corralling and shepherding these defenders into positions where they can then just execute. And that's what we've seen in the past 3 rounds.
5 seconds left before
Talon
insertion.
need to find some successes here because I'm not sure if their attacks are going to go the same way.
I think it's very difficult attacking Consulate, as we know, and especially having to attack Consulate where you've already dropped a lot of defensive rounds. Already 3 rounds being lost by Talon. You're already not in great shape going forward. So Talon, honestly, I think they need to get these next 3 defenses. They need to, or I just don't see them getting back into the game. I think it'll be too far gone. It is the basement. We see an attempted bandit trick come in, but yeah, that's not going to be any good for Soldier. This is his timing, and that's step 1 done for Liquid. And, look how early, Ollie, they've got that wall open already. 30 seconds gone, wall open, job done. We have cast it. We've cast it countless teams. Not even open that wall. They've struggled opening the wall.
Especially when they've got a bandit. Bandit should be, it's free tricking for a time, until the pressure starts to come in on that top floor.
Perfect pacing.
Until you're given a reason to move.
Incredible.
Very good at seeing opportunities and taking them straight away.
Another
resets again, comes in with that opening pick. Oh, looks like we're going to see a second come in there as well. Nesk, who's moving through aggressive, and he just got a nice glimpse of a player there pushing down those stairs. Lion Scan comes in, trying to root that player in place, just seeing if he's still there at the bottom, triggering that Gooman. Maya joins in onto the party. Maya picks himself 2. It's Tion for these guys at the minute. They are rolling over Talon. Liquid, another flawless.
Unbelievable. They are decimating Talon. Decimating them.
Where's the Simpsons meme? Stop. They're already dead.
They very well could be, but Liquid are more than alive today, Ollie. It almost feels as if this is what BDS should have done. BDS started off extremely well, and then that round was where they kind of slipped up almost. Liquid just getting stronger and stronger every round now. You know, this is how you lay down the marker. This is how you make a statement. But my God, they are extremely potent today now. And again, just the pacing is perfect. The way that they're just 3-2-1-ing, using the Lion scans, using the Dokkaebi calls. Like, I honestly don't know if Talon can breathe. I honestly don't know. Just the way that Liquid are playing, you must feel so claustrophobic. There's nowhere safe to sit. You're getting phone called and scanned every 2 seconds. Like, what do you do?
It's a terrible place to be.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a
It
bomb.
really is a terrible place to be. The thing is, what do you do? Because if you're watching this and you're thinking, right, well, you know, we might be going up against Team Liquid. How do we try and counter this? What do you ban? Do you ban the Dokkaebi or do you ban the Lion? Because you can't ban both. And then are you going to really leave a shield open? Because they're going to play a shield as well. Like, they are just going to abuse the strongest things in the meta, but also play well with them at the same time.
Wonder if...
You know, anyone can pick this lineup, but just because you pick the lineup doesn't make it work. You've still got to know how to play it and make it work.
I mean, to be fair, Lion with Liquid was the one thing that Fabian couldn't get past in his career. Don't forget about that. That's the one thing.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I remember that.
And it seems to be happening again. So even whenever it comes to the Lion and Dokkaebi, Fabian's not going to have any answers for that. But right now, as we look towards round number 5, for Liquid again, it's just getting into the building early, Ollie. It's just that initial first minute has been the key. Minute for Console, I feel, is a big make or break for a lot of teams. If you give away the opening pick within a minute, you struggle when trying to get the attack. But the fact that Liquid are not giving the opening picks away, they're getting themselves in positions that they want. This time they're going to go for a bottom down take, so they're trying to get in towards Piano and use the Buck Skeleton key to root out anyone who could be playing inside a CEO.
I'd like to see Talon play a little bit more aggressively, honest. I'd like to see him hit a little spawn peek or just hit a bit of something, because they are just giving so much respect over to Liquid at the moment.
This is not fun.
I mean, look at this. Lagonis, he's just hopped straight down. He's pushed all the way in. He's already through connector. He now knows that he's relatively safe as well, because there'll be a player on the skylight. Vulcan canister's going to come out, so that's going to stop people from pushing on through. Lion scan again to root people in place. You've got somebody playing the window. There's information out there.
Got Vulcan, Tachanka. Yep.
Oh, Tachanka.
I can't blame you.
Yeah,
We're seeing Tachanka being brought in, and this is...
I just see fire on the defense and think Vulcan.
I'm seeing the plague right now on my screen. Ollie, you've got the bees, you've got the fire coming in. The Monty, I suppose, was he there? I don't know. Paulu opens up with the first pick. However, Maya has lost that crucial engagement, and hopefully now maybe Talon can have a bit of bite back. See that Tachanka did get revived, but Nesk very swiftly moves in, eliminates Misa. Oh, barely misses out on that long angle kill towards that double door. He knows there's going to be one guy in that small room, and he sees the Tachanka. Nesk again, just on a tear. However, does get downed out. Rumatic is there, a 2v2. Diffuser's planted though, and they have to go against the Monty.
Palu in a very good position here to try and cover this. Rumatic is going to take Lagonis down. Lagonis gives himself away. It's 3 kills on the round for Rumatic. All Lagonis had to do was extend the shield and stay alive. Not sure if he got killed vertically or not, but with Rumatic coming up the stairs now, there is a very big possibility. As Yas there on that flank. Rumatic was actually on the same level, so even more unforgivable for Lagonis there. Wasn't sure if he was the player below, potentially. Great retake. You could see the stall out there from Liquid. As soon as Lagonis got himself into connector and got flamed out by the Tachanka, as you rightfully identified, it kind of just started to slow down a little bit for Liquid there.
There's a few things. I think the important kill was certainly the Grim swinging in through the window and then missed his shots on the player inside a meeting. You know, if that kill swings into Liquid, then not only do you have an extra man in the bomb site being able to cover the Monty as he goes for the plant, but then obviously you still have that aspect of, oh, you can just look straight down and, you know, hold those angles. I mean, the only thing is, if you're going for that play, and you're already going for the effort of going below, using the buck, so you have a player downstairs, you can't get C4'd or people can retake on you, why does your Grim not just take the diffuser and plant in the window? Why has that not happened, by the way?
Well, was it Nesk No, it was Palu. Palu was the one that maybe kind of ego challenged a little bit. Liquid, they've absolutely rolled Talon in every aspect of this game.
Objective is to defuse
Strats, gun skill. Maybe he just got a little bit hasty.
Yeah, like, that's an absolute free plant, by the way. Like, if you have mid-floor control and nobody's in A, nobody's in connect, because obviously the monkey's there, there is not a thing you can do to stop that. Obviously, yes, I know Tachanka is there, but you can just stall out the Tachankas. They just have an unlimited amount of that.
Reloading! Breaching!
Liquid still with a round to go on the attack here. I'm going to see the tin openers used here by Resets. He's going to be playing it on the Amari. And get rid of that utility before hopefully flies into a window and gives us a really flashy display, but that isn't always what happens.
Reload!
Haven't got the lion this time, so that ability to really start to funnel Talon is a little bit somewhat diminished. Straight in there and straight out again. Maya didn't fancy his chances with the SMG-12. Took a couple of points of damage and left himself on 3 HP.
I'm out. Gotta reload.
But that's a good bite from Talon. They've not backed down there. They've fought back that opening pick, and it's not gone their way, but they've done a good bit of chip damage.
Oh, however, speak too soon, Ollie. His resets opened up with 2 kills. He actually trades a Ryder. Oh, Ryder just had won that engagement, but nope. Just about by the skin of his teeth. Resets takes 2 with him. And yeah, that's really opened up the round now for Liquid and Talon. They've lost that top floor control. Gives also a phone to the side of Liquid, so Reset still has a part to play. He can get into those Valkyrie cameras and can give a lot of information over to his side. And if one of these Valkyrie cameras is actually inside of the bomb site, Ollie, then Liquid will see it just absolutely free and nobody's actually in the site, and they can maybe just drop it and go for the plant. However, Liquid should be aware of previous rounds that Talon want to play below and use the C4s.
Unfortunately for Talon, whilst that might be in the back of Liquid's mind, they don't have any C4s. So it is a hollow threat, as it were. Nesk takes Soldier down. Yas immediately there with the trade. Dodges out on the nade. Down to Lagonis and Palu to make something happen. The plan's going to be attempted here. The nade, perfect, but Yas even better. Palu, he was trying to push him around the corner. Lagonis has managed to stick the plant there, but he's got to try and hold on, and he's not in the best position to do so. He needs to get aggro. He needs to make something happen. Finds himself one, but immediately taken out. It was always going to be a difficult task, but he did give Liquid a glimmer of hope.
Oh, that was so close. I mean, he had the 180 swivel. Not just once, but he had to do it twice, and he just couldn't get the second one off. Pushes the Valkyrie, swivels, actually kills Yas because he's that low HP. He doesn't get the down animation, he just dies. But then sadly couldn't swivel quick enough to then get the other melee onto the Valkyrie. You see there, just, yeah, too much to do, Wally. Valkyrie's actually still prone as he kills them. So yeah, very difficult to do. A great attempt though. But Talon, I mean, the retake there was great. I like the fact that both of them doubled up. Knowing that you're up against the Monty as one of the operators, Monty doesn't really have a gun that's going to stop you. So they double up and try to target the other player. They target that Deimos, and they were able to kill him out. And then from there, you leave yourself in the 1v2, and it's very easy just to kill the Monty. You know, it was very difficult for that Monty to win that.
Again, it comes down to Lagonis and Palu to try and make something happen. Not able to do so. Talon, since the timeout, they've picked themselves up a couple of rounds, and things are starting to look up a little bit, considering that this is a defender-sided map. There is a need and a requirement to pick up a couple of rounds on the defense. But a lot now rests on the attacks from Talon. They need to be clean. Because whilst we've said that Liquid are decent on the attack, they're also very good on the defense. And they can be a bit of a nightmare. Especially when you look at what's available. They've got some Team Liquid classics in there. Demo, I look at the Valkyrie and I think, Valkyrie on Consulate available? Are you mad?
Mate, I could be mad. I don't know. I mean, look, obviously Valkyrie is, you know, to our last game, it was banned out. You know, Valkyrie still, I think since release, has always been a strong operator. You know, has always really stayed A tier in my opinion. probably would have been S tier whenever you look back and think that you used to be able to throw cameras outside, Ollie. Which, looking back at it, you think, yeah, how did we get away with that for so long? But again, Valkyrie in a great position, as we know. I think the C4 combination with the information is always going to be a great combo to bring in. So, yeah, overall, right now for Talon, they will try and deny that information. Obviously, IQ and Doku are going to be brought in there to do so. And Maya, opening pick. This time it's on the defense for Liquid that they will find that kill. However, a great trade-off, though, there, as Romatic has found a vertical angle on the Lagonis, and they're actually trying to go in here and go straight for that Valkyrie inside of Piano with C4 being tossed out. Oh, connects! Romatic was not expecting that one. Oh, Paulu with the deagle as well. Surely not. Not another. You can't have him. A flashbang. Stuns him out. Moves the other side of the room and eventually goes down from Misa.
Attackers
The
recover
play.
the diffuser.
After all that, still leaves us in a 1 versus 1 as Maya takes Soldier down. Look at the time. There is a minute on the clock here. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of information available. Lagonis, he's going to be flicking the cameras. Trying to get a glimpse. Drone, retrieved. It's going to give Misa something to play off a little bit later on. 45 seconds, still got a bit of time. Going to get spotted out there on the default in Spiral. Make that rotation through. Didn't check for the cam downstairs, but I imagine it has gone. Although Visa Office does still show up, so there's potentially a bit of info here along with that yellow ping. Now, it's all about what Maya wants to do here. Site is going to get droned. Maya caught out. Default still alive there, and it will eventually be taken. Goes for the challenge. Misa, that's surprising. Maya held all the cards there.
Oh, Maya. A big moment. 1v2. We know, Ollie, it's not the easiest of things to clutch up in. But certainly still makes it happen. But obviously you have to highlight Paulu. Like, you really do. The C4 over the top and then the deagle on the ass. But then all credit to Maya. I think he really picked his moment well, especially that kill on the Soldier. You know, I don't think Talon were ever going to expect, you know, Maya to leave the site as the only player. You know, leave site completely empty and try and snag a quick kill, but it worked out for him. He plays that surprise game and then just has to clutch up and win that 1v1. So Liquid, they get the first defense on the board. Now they lead 5 rounds to 2. 2 more to go for Liquid and they'll close it out.
That clutch is going to feel pretty good for Liquid. I think especially after a couple of the clutches earlier on didn't go their way. It's one that you're going to look to and go, yeah, we needed that one.
5 seconds remaining.
1 round away from a match point.
Attackers objective
Talon,
is to defuse
for all the
bomb.
aggression that they showed in the opening part of round number 7, they weren't able to carry it out, and that's why we get so excited when Liquid do it. When Liquid show us that brilliant 3-2-1, and it's aggression, but it's not in the early part of the round. It's very calculated. Talon, they chose to do it in the early part of the round. They felt like they had enough information, and they did. They had enough information to get it to a 2 versus 1, but very quickly they gave that man count away. It really isn't too easy at all. It's quite the large extension here as well, Demo. There's a lot for Talon to go ahead and try and clear out right now.
Phone call. Plenty of them. As expected, both sides utilizing that operator to the highest degree that they can. Oh, a nice drone for the drone hole. Will spot out Sentry down here, but is Yas going to be able to win the engagement? He knows he's there, but the exact location, no, specifically where he is, and there's resets even though he has to be careful. There are 2 players now have emerged. The drone comes in and resets. Gets out of there just in the nick of time, Ollie. But no, they actually hunt him and chase him. Yas finds an incredibly long angle through 2 doorways and catches out resets.
Nesk will be there with the trade. Still, it is going to be advantage Talon right now. And you think about the positioning as well. You've got players all the way on that top floor. Very separated, but Maya is going to do something to try and work his way a little bit closer back to site. Takes Yas down. Misa comes in with the trade onto Lagonis. The shotgun at close range for Maya will be successful if he's been able to navigate through that gap whilst full white. He's got away. 2 versus 2. Still a minute. There's an eternity here for the attackers, but they've not got too much to go on. A couple of drones. And there's still players on that top floor.
Wow.
Gets a glimpse. Oh,
Wow.
Nesk is just beautiful, isn't it? Soldier. He only gives away a pixel, but it was enough.
Now Romatic has to rummage for that diffuser, move in and try and go for the diffuse. He does plant in the correct position. It's a blind spot you actually cannot see. So it forces now the players of Liquid that they have to move in now, and Maya will do so, but he isn't being supported by Nesk. But never mind, Romatic moves out of the safe location and gives himself up to Nesk. I mean, to be fair, I think Nesk was opening up the line of sight, gives the information over to his teammate. As he swings, he knows he hasn't moved, so it's an easy pre-fire, and if at any point Romatic tries to move to engage against Maya, the Nesk picks up the easy kill, which I think has happened there.
Loaded mag!
This is last kill for me. Well, second to last kill. Oh, just beautiful. It's like Nesk, he just sees the future a little bit, doesn't
You
he?
said he was over the hump a few months ago. You said he was on his way down.
Yeah, well, like, he's still... This is the problem, though, isn't it? He does something... He has games like this, where you look at it and you just go, yeah, that's Nesk. Business as usual.
My oh my.
Match point for Liquid. Smiling faces. Can they get it over the line cleanly? Or are they going to leave the door open just a little bit for Talon to maybe sneak a foot in and eventually barge it all the way open? I'll be honest, based off the siege we've seen, I'm not too sure if Talon have got it in them right now. Especially when you look at the site. Downstairs. One of the more difficult sites on this map.
Reinforce the wall!
10 seconds remaining.
Dig! Watch it in!
Okay. That's what I haven't seen before. So we obviously have our basement, and Liquid are going to try and hold in towards mid floor. We've seen that before. But then to see even an extension over towards Visa and castling off the double door on Visa, I've never seen that. They are trying to control pretty much the entire mid floor off the map. And the only issue with this is, do you really have the manpower to hold all the different angles and all the different rooms and entrance ways that you have into this? Because that's really difficult to do.
Yeah, you can often spread yourself a little bit too thinly, can't you?
Like butter and toast. Nobody likes their toast with that, too fine a butter on it. I know I certainly don't.
Strange to see that they're bringing the Glaz without the Maverick. Typically, Glaz Maverick's a nice little play here because you can just make smaller peepholes in the reinforced wall. When you do extend the whole wall open and then go for the smoke, it can be a little bit difficult. Opening pick gonna come in right away. That's the Monty down and out. But was it a distraction? The plant was going down, but it's stopped by the C4. Through the air, Lagonis, he's able to pick one and then takes one out with the gun. Only now we're starting to see vertical start to be made. Still got a Glaz outside, but if there's a Glaz outside, you know there's a Glaz outside. And guess what you don't do? You don't peek the Glaz outside. You wait. You force him into a different angle. Romatic making his way down these yellow stairs right now. Yes. He will find Lagonis. Lagonis, we said, you don't peek the Glaz outside. You fall down to the bearing. Still, minute 14. One thing that Talon do always have in their favor is they've always got a lot of time to work this second stage out. They might never have an advantage going into it, but they don't leave themselves short on time. So there is always the possibility that they're able to get something done. You never know. Work this vertical. See if they can catch a player from Team Liquid lacking.
I think that's the important thing. I think the issue is that you want the Monty in towards pillar that stops that C4 from happening. Monty died, so that C4 comes in. That was where kind of Talon, I would say, kind of lost the round. Is they lost that Monty so early on that needed to be there to stop the C4s to let that plant go down. But Yeah, it's going to be really difficult. They still haven't got that pick yet. Liquid are being so patient right now, Ollie. They know they have the time. He's going to use the Tabaro canisters as well just to slow down the movement of the glass. And Amaya swings in, takes down Yas.